markets have been wild this week, right? Like we walked into this week with obviously the atrocity that's going on in the Middle East, which has been terrible, of course. I think a lot of people have been trying to figure out why that hasn't affected markets more. And honestly, I just think unless it escalates more, unless there is some other country's involvement, obviously then talk with Iran and all that, I don't necessarily think we see it affect markets. But you mentioned oil. Oil is the biggest thing. Oil's been moving, man, throughout the week. I'm not willing to short oil here. I am willing to sell downside, honestly, and that's the main thing I've been talking about this week. The idea of selling downside. I feel like, especially with implied volatility rank as high as it is, even if you did a big move to the downside, I feel like there's some support around 75 to 77. Mm-hmm. So selling like a 75-ish prior to today, if you sold that, I think that's pretty good for you. But I'm not willing to sell upside here. I'm just a little too nervous about a huge move up in oil.
Yeah, oil's been pretty crazy here. Jamal, can you see my screen? I don't know if you can see it.
I cannot. But
you cannot? Can we make it so that Jamal can see what we're looking at? But oil's been crazy, obviously. I actually have an iron condor on, so I'm kind of in your camp here, and I'm right on the downside. I'm right around 74, 73 is my short put spread. On the upside, I've got the 92, 93, so I'm kind of playing this neutral, but...
And you're risk defined, so,
risk defined as well. If you want to get into a smaller oil position, you can get into MCL, so 100-barrel notional value, so it moves. On a day like today, a tail-type move, $3 and change, is definitely outside of the expectations here. It's a $325 move if you're long or short that contract. So if you're looking to trade oil, that might be a way to get a little bit shorter as well, or to get a little bit smaller.
Are any of the defense names moving if oil is moving like this? Because that's been the other play, right? Like with this whole situation going on, it's been exactly like these names.
NOC, Lockheed, what's the other one?
RTX, probably.
RTX.
Those have been the ones, right? Like that have moved throughout. It doesn't seem like it right now, but those have been the ones, right? Like oil and these have been the play on obviously the atrocities in the Middle East.
Yeah. XOM as well. All these names have kind of caught a little bit of a bid. Been a little bit of a crazy market.
Yeah, XOM is it XOM who bought PXD, right? Isn't XOM the one who bought PXD?
Yes. I don't know if it's gone through. I've actually had a couple questions come through about this in terms of the option premium, and I think the buyout was at like 53 or something, 54 or something around there, and just why. And the options are actually reflecting it a little bit more now, but previously in the last couple days, the option premium here has been there's been some added extrinsic value there, and that comes into play because of the potential for changes in whatever the deal is, right? So if it's an all cash deal at $253 a share, then that's easy to price. But if it's 70-30 or 50-50 in terms of cash and stock, or if the price gets changed, that gets priced into the option. So a lot of times, and we saw that in Activision, which I just saw is going through now, but Activision for the longest time traded, dollars below the buyout price, and that's because you have this sort of uncertainty baked into it.
Mm-hmm. And now when you look at Activision, of course, all of the option premium is just vaporized. 800 days out, zero bid, pretty much. So that's when you have your confirmation.
Yeah, this tells you it's done.
Yep.
Yeah. Been an interesting week in bonds too. Obviously, we had CPI and PPI this week. The fact is, though, I mean, the market. I don't know. I want to say like the market doesn't move a ton on these, but they actually kind of do. Like we moved to the upside on PPI, on the CPI. We eventually moved to the downside. It was I don't remember for sure. I don't remember PPI, but I know for sure CPI had a 41-point expected move for SPX. And we ended up moving more than that, right? Like we had some decent move ahead of the market before the actual number came out to the upside market. The number came out, we traded flat, and then we ended up trading to the downside for the most part of yesterday. So we did get some movement on it, but obviously the story with those is bonds, right? And bonds, I don't know, dude. Like I'm starting to feel, as you pull it up, perfect. I'm starting to feel like. I'm starting to feel like it's a good time to get long. Like I don't have any position, and I'm starting to feel like it's a good time to get long. I've been reluctant just because this thing has been the sharpest falling knife we've ever seen. One of that we've ever seen, but it's starting to look interesting here. It's starting to seem like we might not get any more, maybe one more rate hike, and that might be it. And obviously, with implied vol rank being where it is right now, at the very least, a short put spread is in order.
Yeah, we talked about the CME FedWatch tool and how the probability of rate hikes has come down significantly over the last couple weeks here, like getting into like 25, 30% probability of seeing a hike in the next 3, 4, 5 meetings. So it seems with what's going on in the world that you would have to kind of stop these rate hikes just because we're going to be pumping out money, but I don't know. I agree with you. It's a tough one to get a handle on here.
Yeah, in TLT we've been trading it with from the debit side because IVs. Although IV rank is high, the actual implied volatility 22%. You can pretty much do whatever you want here. You could sell put spreads. You could buy debit trades. I have a call Zebra on TLT at 87.89 in November. So this $1.50 move to the upside pre-market is going to be nice today.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, well. No, but it's been an interesting week. I mean, like you said at the top of the show, it's just there's a lot moving. Obviously, equities are moving a decent amount. Volatility, I feel like, is at a pretty good level, right? Like it's not too crazy high. It's certainly not as low as it was like 3 weeks ago. So
it's nirvana for short premium. I mean, this is kind of like the perfect, this 17 to 20 range, great for neutral premium, you know, because it allows you to go far out on the curve. You can pick your spots to be short and long. I know that Mike and I have both put on a position in SPX. I've been trading a lot in like IWM and, you know, just kind of trading on both sides of the market here is perfect here with this volatility.
Indeed.
Yeah, and you can actually get in and out of stuff.
Yeah.
Volatility coming down a little bit today with this little pump in the market. We'll see what happens. But yeah, these bigger movers today are definitely the story with gold and oil and what have you.
Yeah, this gold move is
And
pretty wild.
Man, yeah, gold is another one, dude. Like, look at that. I mean, what's going on here?
Well,
like, are bonds down? I mean, are notes? I mean, rates down that much right now? Like, I haven't even noticed.
I think that's some of it. Obviously, the geopolitical stuff that's going on in the world is going to bid gold and oil higher too. Everybody in the chat is saying to short oil, so I'll take that with a grain of salt. Maybe we have.
Yeah, I mean, you know. I'd be careful. I'd be a little careful. I mean, I think risk defined is a great idea. I'd be careful getting because, you know, geopolitical stuff we could see easily $7-8 move in oil one day. So just be a little bit careful here.
Yep.
I hate to be that guy. I mean, for real. But
yeah,
you know,
get small.
It looks like
small.
a layup. I'm not gonna lie, but less, you know,
trade small.
Down.
Yes.
A micro layup.
Yeah.
Use
How
the
Kobe
micro.
do. You know, one of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, it's a great time actually. I think overall for trading, and you know, it's unfortunate. Obviously, this kind of event causes this type of movement, but you get some opportunities, and you know, there's different ways to make trade. We've got a lot of different trades that we can do right now, so it's pretty awesome timing. Take advantage of it. Not to mention earnings, obviously starting to come out. We had big banks come out today. I think. I mean, last I saw them early this morning, they were trading, you know, kind of flat to, you know, up, maybe down, whatever. But not
JP
really
Morgan up
big
too. Yeah.
So
and a quick shout out for the cherry picks too. We'll post that in the chat. We have a blog post where you can download the spreadsheet that we give you 3,500 stocks and all their earnings dates. So good little giveaway for the peeps.
I'm glad you said that because I talked to Doc. It's actually today's day 2 of the Dr. Data Takeover and Engineering to Trade. He was on yesterday. We talked about a lot of cherry pick stuff and a lot of just random data stats. And I think we're going to talk a little bit more about it again today. So yeah, cherry picks, check it out. Good stuff.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Jamal. We're going to take a quick little 90-second break, come back. We got the opening bell coming up soon. You're listening to Tasty Live.